So, it's crazy, right? The whole idea of a stereotype is to simplify. To quote my friend Daylight, they put blackface on everything but Jesus. Jesus, who is most likely not white. Why is that? So, in the early 1800s, it was noted that poor and working class white folks who felt politically oppressed, economically poor off, they just didn't mix or feel they fit in with the upper class. They felt squeezed out, pinched, and they didn't feel like they fit in with the slave class black Americans. That's for sure. So they decided to put shoe polish and some other things on their face to make themselves look black. Put some lipstick or whatever they use to exaggerate their lips. Use exaggerated costumes and perform comedic, intended performances of blackness based on stereotypes, heavily accentuated ones for the purpose of entertaining white folks. That was a way of somehow expressing their feelings of being squeezed out and oppressed from both the top, and by top, I mean higher class white folks, and the bottom, and by that, I mean the slave class black folks. Then, of course, in short order, you had Jim Crow's creation and sheet music, tattered clothing, hypersexualized, thieving, cowardly, superstitious, ignorant, deadbeat, caricature, so you felt no empathy, dehumanized, creature, subhuman, music, entertainment sub-industry formed, theater plays, mainstream support, burnt corks for the skin amongst that shoe polish. Decades and decades and decades later, it just got more mainstream performance. Mickey Rooney donning blackface, racial parody, stereotypes becoming family amusement. Look, it may not be my place to say this, but it's my opinion. I don't personally care if I see some white kid going out for Halloween, uses face paint, makes his face all black, and goes out as Blade, the vampire hunter, the vampire slayer, whatever from the movies, the Wesley Snipes character. Cool. If he role plays as if he's Blade, cool. I don't care. But the context and history of dressing up as an arbitrary, indiscriminate black as a costume or character? Why? This is a thing that still continues, and in my lifetime, which goes just back to '88, has increasingly gained in popularity amongst a also increasingly liberal, extremist college and university culture. Black Halloween costumes amongst students and professors once they face scrutiny, or in hindsight, there's an insistence that no malice or racial hatred was intended. I believe that there wasn't or may not have been in many of those cases. But why are you doing it? There's no reason to do it for the sake of just, hey, I'm going to be a black person for a costume. Great idea. What is a black person? That it can be a costume. Blade is a character. That's a costume. Who is played by a black man. Black person isn't a character. And that history still continues. My prime minister did it. Meanwhile, people are being now arrested for it and charged in ways that my prime minister was not. And I circle it back to the title of my video. Like my friend said, and I ask, why is this? Jesus, if he was real, like or not like the story goes, you would expect that he was not Caucasian or fully Caucasian. But that's the exclusive depiction that I'm familiar with. I'll say it again, they put blackface on everything but Jesus. Why?